Hi students, today let us learn the ray diagrams for the convex lens. Biconvex lens, how the object is placed at various positions and how do we get the images and what is the nature of the images. So here we have the object placed at various positions. Based on the position of the object, the image characteristics will change. So if the object is placed at infinity, so where do we get the image? What is the characteristic? Let us see. So in the first case, when the object is placed at infinity, so we generally don't draw any diagram for the object. Simply we draw the parallel rays, which are parallel to the principal axis. They approach the biconvex lens. They pass through the biconvex lens, and according to the rule 1, a parallel ray will pass through the focus. So we find that the incident rays, after refraction, they converge at a point. So where do we get the image? At a focal point 1. So whenever the object is at infinity, always the image formed is a point size image. What is the characteristics of the image? It is a point size image. We are able to get the image on the screen. This is a real image. What image? Real image, point size image, and also it is an inverted image. Real, inverted and point size image. Next one, when the object is placed at the center of curvature, beyond the center of curvature, beyond C2. So we draw the object here with the arrow mark here. Here we have the object. So when the object is placed beyond the center of curvature, we follow the rules. What is the first rule? Ray parallel to the principal axis. After refraction through biconvex lens, will pass through the focus. We can take this as I1, this one as R1. And we can start another ray from the top of the object. So we take the third rule. According to third rule, a ray which is passing through the optic center will not change the direction. So we observe that a ray which is passing through the optic center, this will not change the direction. So where do we get the image? We get the image in between F1 and C1. Incident ray 2 and we have the refracted ray 2. So they are going to intersect at a point between F1 and C1. So to get the height of the image, just drop the perpendicular. Here we get the image. So when the object is placed beyond center of curvature, where do we get the image? Between F1 and C1. So this is also a real image. Size of image is smaller one. So we call that as a diminished image and inverted image. What is the position of the image? It is between F1 and C1. Between F1 and C1. In the first case, object at infinity, we get the position of image at F1. In the second case, object beyond C2, we get a real image, diminished, inverted image, position of image between F1 and C1. Now coming to the third position, when the object is placed at the center of curvature. Where do we get the image? According to the first rule, a ray parallel to the principal axis, this will pass through the focus. And according to the second rule, a ray which is passing through focus will come out parallel. According to third rule, passing through optic center will not deviate. So we take a third rule, a ray which is passing through the optic center will not deviate, and then this will intersect at a point. So if we observe there, we have the incident ray 1, refracted ray 1, incident ray 2, refracted ray 2. They intersect at a point here, from there you draw the perpendicular. So we find that we get the image at C1. So whenever the object is at C2, we get the image at C1. What is the characteristics? We get a real image, we get an inverted image, and the size of the image when we compare it is of the same size. So we get a same size image. What is the position of the image? Position is at C1. So whenever it is at C2, object image will be at C1. Now the fourth one, when the object is placed between C2 and F2. The first rule, a parallel ray will pass through the focus, and the second rule or a third rule, a ray which is passing through the optic center after refraction will not deviate. So if we observe these two rays, first ray parallel will pass through the focus, second ray which is passing through optic center will not deviate. We observe that they intersect at a point which is after C1. Draw a perpendicular, we get the image there. So we get the image. Compare the size of the object and the image. So here we have image size greater than the object size. So what is the characteristic? It is a real image, inverted image, and how is the size? It is very big. It is an enlarged image. Next we will learn regarding the object which is placed at a focus. Now if the object is placed at a focal point 2, so what is the characteristics of the image? Let us see. So when the object is placed at a focal point 2, the first rule, a ray parallel to the principal axis, this will pass through the focus after refraction through the biconvex lens. We have incident ray 1, refracted ray 1. And the third rule, a ray which is parallel to the principal axis, a ray which is passing through the optic center. First rule, a ray parallel will pass through focus. Third rule, a ray which is passing through the optic center will not deviate. This will just travel in a straight line. So if we observe here, we have the incident ray 2 and a refracted ray 2. So what is our observation? Are these rays intersecting? They are not intersecting. So these rays are parallel rays. So in this fifth case, when the object is placed at a focus, we find that there is no image formation in front of the mirror. So also behind. So we take there is no image formed. When we talk about the characteristic, we take the image as a real image toward this side. And inverted image. Also coming to the Magnification we have a highly enlarged, we call it as real inverted highly enlarged image. Now the next one, last but not the least, when the object is placed between the optic center and focus. That means it is with a focal length lesser than that, a distance less than focal length. Which distance? Object distance less than focal length. So in that case, what is our observation? So let us take the object which is placed in between f2 and the optic center, or in between the focus and the lens. What is the lens we have here? We have a biconvex lens. So what is the behavior? First rule, ray parallel through the principal axis after refraction through biconvex lens will pass through the focus. Incident ray 1, refracted ray 1. Now coming to the third rule. The third rule is that a ray which is passing through the optic center, this will not deviate. We have the incident ray 2 and the refracted ray 2. So these two rays are diverging. When they diverge, that means they are not coming closer but they are moving far away. So we do not get any image here. So where is the image formed? Image is formed behind the lens. So to get this image, we need the rays which are to be extended backward. So if we extend these rays backward, we observe that we are going to get the image which is not caught on the screen. This type of image we call it as a virtual image. What is the image called as? Virtual image. It is a virtual image. Characteristics of the image: virtual, enlarged and straight. So when it is a straight image, we call it as a erect image. Virtual, erect image, and also it is very big. Simply we call it as an enlarged image. So these are the characteristics of the images formed when the object is placed at various positions in front of a convex lens.